Good evening to you. We arrived at the Ijaw Youth Council Secretariat here in Bonny Island with the activists and the Ijaw Youth Council Nation here. There was a protest on Saturday where some workers of some of the companies on the islands, the multinationals here, did a protest where they were complaining of selective employment and some other issues. The protest was obviously masterminded by the Ijaw Youth Council, and some meetings held, after which we got across to the Ijaw Youth Council chairman here, who we are going to be interviewing to hear directly from him. Join me to make welcome on set the chairman of the Ijaw Youth Council. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, so my name is Moses and we are from Think Tank TV.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so we had a protest on Saturday that obviously caught the attention of so many people on the island and shut up the economic activities that happened on the island. Can we know what the protest was about and why the protest was masterminded by your group?
Well, thank you very much
Yes.
for having Ijaw Youth Council worldwide, Bonny Clan. My names are comrades Ambassador Charles J. Baningo, and by my right is Moderation Officer of Ijaw Youth Council at Abolo Green, Dublin Green. On Saturday, there was a protest.
Yes.
But this protest was masterminded by the two groups. The Bonny Kingdom Professionals Union and the Ijaw Youth Council came together as a body on this protest, a peaceful protest that took place on Saturday in Bonny Kingdom. The reason why this protest took place, we are being marginalized in this kingdom. The company does not respect His Majesty, the King himself. And we, as a pressure group, as activists, we cannot fold our arms seeing this nonsense happening in this kingdom. The King has established peace in this kingdom, and we want to write on that peace. And that was why it was a very peaceful protest. I repeat, peaceful protest in the kingdom. This peaceful protest was carried out by the two bodies I've mentioned, the Bonny Kingdom Professionals and the Ijaw Youth Council worldwide, Bonny Clan. One, the King, our King, our Father, His Majesty King Asmini and Tapapepo, the Black Monarch of Bonny Kingdom, so the IYC call it. Shortlisted 12 persons, I repeat, shortlisted 12 persons to Saipem, Nigerian Limited. As I'm talking to you, 2 months plus now, those who have not been absorbed. Which local government can that happen? Which local government or which state can that happen? That a Black monarch shortlisted people in his own kingdom where he ruled, and they refuse to take them to work till date. And you think any man that reason would think that the company is doing well. Two, the monarch has given the Bonny Kingdom Professionals, in fact, the entire kingdom has given the Bonny Kingdom Professional the mandate to go in and negotiate this salary of the workers. And they have gone there, which are members of the Bonny Kingdom Professional, who went into the company, with the information we are getting, who went into the company and asked them what is happening. So sit down and have a roundtable meeting so that things will be okay for us, rather than fighting. This company let us, and they don't want to listen to us. We drop that. We heard that the kingdom also give us a mandate to go in and negotiate the union in the kingdom that these 27, they don't want to see the foreign union, Nusewu and Pengasin, because they work from train 1 to train 6, nothing achieved. Would not achieve anything from this union, the foreign union in this kingdom. They cut tax, they do everything. The workers have problem, they will drop them. So the kingdom, this Bonny Kingdom professional, go to the kingdom, appealing that they want to have their own, which the kingdom approve. So that at the end of the day, this Bonny Kingdom professional will be able to stand and defend the workers. And also, the companies where they know that they are right. On Wednesday, we had information that the company want to inaugurate union. On Thursday, we went to the company. They give us audience, we went to the company, to Daewoo especially, to hear from them. And their management, one of them that we met, Clifford, one Mr. Clifford, told us that actually Daewoo has a dream of having their union, but it's not them. That should call Mr. Johnson. We have been calling Mr. Johnson that day till he finally he didn't pick. Mr. Clifford told us that they will fix a meeting with us on Friday. We waited from morning till night, till 12 o'clock, midnight. We didn't hear from any of them. The next thing we got information around 2 o'clock in the night that they want to constitute their union on Saturday. So someone for a emergency meeting and said, no, this cannot happen in this kingdom. While we are looking for peace, they want to scatter the kingdom. And it was based on that. These two bodies came and swung into action and said, no, that will not happen. And we must stop them. And that was why this body, the Bonny Kingdom professional and the Judge Council swung into action on Saturday morning, seizing all the vehicles, stopping the operation. Let them come and tell us why it happened that way.
Okay, so we are aware that after this protest that happened on Saturday, there was a meeting by His Majesty in the palace where you had a series of stakeholders, the Chiefs Council, and some of your representatives. Can we know what was the outcome of that meeting?
Yeah, the outcome of that meeting. First, they have to appeal to our sons and daughters that doesn't have work, because one major problem they have, let me also let you know, what problem they have is unemployment in the kingdom. Unemployment has led to drugs. Exactly. Drugs is alarming in this Bonny Kingdom. Drugs is alarming. And if all of us are going to drugs, who will be today talking to you here? The unemployment has also made our boys to go to courtesan. If they leave their house in the morning by 6 o'clock,
they're not engaged.
They're not engaged. They're not engaged, for God's sake. Rather, they exploit people from outside.
Thereby bringing about depression and all that.
Yes, to come and work here. So I want to inform you that, one, they beg the communities, the youth, that please, first, I want to thank the Bonny Federation. I want to thank the Bonny Federation especially for being with his people, supporting his people, the youth, not selling them out. For being with them, I want to thank him for that word alone. Standing till 10 o'clock in the night with the Chiefs Council. I want to thank the Bonny Federation.
Okay, so the outcome of the meeting was that first of all, the Chiefs Council and the leadership pleaded with young people to calm down.
Calm down.
Okay, so what next was
and at the end, the vehicle was released that same Saturday evening by 10-11. But the Chief Council sat till 10-11 that night. So I also want to thank them as our fathers.
Okay, so we know that these multinationals have sometimes they have their outreach in other communities as well. They are like the Daewoo we talked about, they have an outreach in Onne, they have one in Okrika, and we know that they follow up most of the community guidelines. Yes. Why do you think that, as it is, for them to begin to give you a wave of the hand, do you think that any of your stakeholders or the leadership has compromised with what's obtainable or what should be obtainable?
Yes, I should be thinking towards that direction. That something is wrong. They cannot do that without somebody pointing, telling them, go like this. Not minding the leadership of the community. Go like this. And they also don't mind to ask questions. Why did you say I should go like this? Why didn't I go and see the leadership of the community?
Okay, so what are your demands right now? Because they will actually be hearing you. What exactly are the demands of the Bonny Kingdom professionals and the IYC? What exactly do they want the companies to action right now?
Yes, we want the company actually to listen to Bonny Kingdom professionals and the IYC for the betterment of the kingdom in terms of the worker salary, what the Bonny Kingdom, BL Triple C, BK Triple C has put in place, which is local content, has put in place of 336,000, the least worker, level 1. They should implement that. And once they implement that, we'll all be happy. And not only the 37, the general company in Bonny Kingdom, from the least company to the highest, should implement that because they buy from one market. There's no different market.
Okay, so we have information that there was an invitation of your team to the police station and questions was happening. Can you elaborate more to our viewers what happened exactly?
Well, there was invitation, and that invitation has been settled. It has been settled. And I also want to thank the local government chairman. You know, in anywhere, there must be disagree and agree.
Yeah.
I want to also thank the local government chairman for her intervention. We must disagree and agree. There's no agreement, there will not be correction. We disagree and agree. As I'm talking to you now, everything is in order.
Okay, we see the way you vehemently want to push for the betterment of Bonny people, of people who are working outside. Can we know what is actually your driving force? What makes you really so interested in the well-being of Bonny people and the general public as it were?
Well, I'm an Ijaw man.
Yeah.
And you know, Ijaw people does not like victimization. Don't victimize us. Don't suppress us. We don't like injustice. We believe in justice. That is the Ijaws. We believe in justice. And one, I am someone that have stayed outside for years. Some people have, some non-Indians have stayed there for more than 12 years, or 20-something years. They don't have job. You think I'll be happy? They're paying rent to me. And if they're paying rent to me, they don't have job to pay the rent. Tell me what will be the end of the day. They will not be able to pay the rent again.
Okay, so is there supposed to be an employment ratio for indigenous and non-indigenous?
Yes.
Yes. What is
yes. We have what we call the 60-40 of employment ratio, okay. And we also have what we call the 40% of non-indigenous. Okay. And as I'm talking to you, instead of giving non-indigenous in Bonny, they're giving to non-indigenous side. They are exploiting people from outside to come and take the non-indigenous position here, and which the council, the Ijaw Council, will not tolerate. Will not take that. Those non-indigenous residing in Bonny should be able to take that and be happy doing the same business with us.
So do we have any organization in Bonny or anybody that is supposed to be in charge of checkmating all these things? And do you think that they have not been good enough in the carrying out of their duties?
Yes, we have the employment sector, which the palace have set. We have the Bonny Kingdom Employment Bureau, or Bonny Kingdom Integrated Recruitment Center, which I was one time in the secretary of that bureau, the BIROC. I was one time the secretary of that BIROC. And for the short time I was there, I know the intricacies in that employment center. They are responsible of employment.
And they should be able to follow up.
They follow up.
That this whole thing is followed to the latter.
Yes. And at the same time, we also have what we call monetary committee. The monetary committee is supposed to be the engine room to the employment bureau itself. But the employment monetary committee is not helping the employment bureau. It's not helping the employment bureau. Because even the employment bureau is falling, the employment monetary committee should be able to stand the employment center, stand and speak. But they are not doing that.
So if you were to suggest a strategy to the leadership of the island, to government, to the employment bureau, what strategy do you think you would employ to ask that to make them take that would put an end to these abnormalities we are observing right now?
Well, on that, the kingdom knows what to do.
Okay.
The kingdom knows what to do. Okay. I cannot. The kingdom knows what to do.
Okay, should all these your demands not be met? If these demands you've made now is not met, what action will the IYC take to ensure that these demands are met?
Well, like the IYC said, IYC stands for justice. We're looking up to our leaders. We don't insult our leaders. We respect our leaders. The Ijaws don't insult their leaders. Much as Bonny Kingdom don't insult their leaders. No matter what the leader does, we don't insult our leaders, we respect our leaders to latter. And because we respect our leader to latter, we are looking at our leaders, the next action to take. Because I know that the leaders have already started taking action. Letters have been sent out to the companies and everywhere, which I know.
Okay, so Think Tank TV is more of a live television station that we believe our viewers should learn a lot from what we're discussing here. So we ask these questions most of the time. We would like to ask you as well. If you were to leave this world today and you are asked to release just 3 words to the people that are left here before you go, what are the words you would say to them?
Well, the word I will say to them, don't shortchange the kingdom where you come from. Don't shortchange it to any individual. Stand resolute. Don't be here and be here. I also want to let another word I will tell them, lip service. That is gossiping. I'll scatter this kingdom. I'll come and gossip to this man. I'll come and gossip to this man. Just because I want to make end meet. I want to end living. Don't do that. Because when you begin to gossip to here and here, here and here, at the end of the day, you will go. And when you go, what you're going to meet is judgment. You will meet judgment. And what will judgment tell you? That place you are coming from, what did you do?
So the third thing you say to our viewers is what? Last thing in terms of life matters, right? Based on your experiences, the third thing
Yes.
is what?
The life matters.
The third thing, you said 2 already.
Yeah, I've said 2.
Yeah, so what's the third one?
The third one,
Okay.
don't be afraid. As a man,
Be courageous.
don't be afraid. Man died once and never got up again. It's only Christ that died and resurrected. But as human, we died once and go and face judgment over there. So don't be afraid of life. Do not be afraid of life. Stand and stand firm for your people. That's the last thing I will tell my people. Even my children, I'll tell them, don't be afraid. Stand and be resolute.
The right thing.
Yes.
For the right thing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.